Hello everyone, welcome to ISTE's Beyond NITK series. Today we have with us Nihar Chitnis, who was the former Crypt head in the year 2019 and 2020. He currently works at Salesforce as the Associate Member of Technical Staff.
Let's just start off with a bit about yourself.
So I am Nihar Chitnis. I am currently working as an associate member of technical staff at Salesforce, and I have past experience of working at Visa. I am an NITK 2020 batch alumni from the IT department, Information Technology, and I was a member of ISTE NITK from the year 2017 to 2020, and I was also the Crypt SIG head for the year 2019 to 2020.
You got a PPO from Visa, as I understand. How did you secure a position as a software engineer job at Visa?
Yes, so I did get a PPO from Visa. So basically, Visa, obviously, I had gotten an internship on campus. So Visa has different processes for intern selection as well as placement selection. So for intern selection, Visa actually takes only two rounds. First is the coding round where we had, I think, four DSA based questions which we had to solve. And the second round is an interview round which consists of both types of questions academic based. Again, DSA is obviously the most important thing in any coding based interview, resume based. Questions as well as HR related questions. So all of these was a part of the second round, and to get a PPO, the process is very simple. Firstly, you need to do all your work assigned during your internship on time, and we have a final presentation where we have to present whatever work we do in our internship to a panel of judges or managers basically, who will judge and will properly tell us where we lacked or where we could have improved. They would also give us feedback, positive, negative, and based on that, our PPO results are shared. So it's both basically your manager's feedback as well as the feedback from all the managers who attend your presentation. So that is basically the process for getting a PPO at Visa. And for placements, Visa has a little bit different process. So for placements, Visa conducts three interview rounds. Now this is in reference to the time when I was undergoing placements and internships. It might have changed slightly here and there, but more or less it should still be the same. So again, the first round is a simple basic coding round. The second round is technical based round where there will be questions based on DSA and resume based questions as well as other academic subjects questions like OS, DBMS, networking, etc. And the third round is HR round, which is conducted by an HR itself. So that is the basic process for Visa, and it is quite similar for other companies as well. Most of the companies will conduct about 2 to 4 rounds of interviews and one or two coding rounds. So it is going to be similar for most of the companies.
What does the position of a software engineer entail to? And how did you decide upon this career path?
So the role of a software developer actually differs, and it is based on what project you get and what job is properly assigned to you. So there you might get some research based project where you might be working on researching a lot of different algorithms and then finding out the best probable algorithm to be used. You might be working on simple front end development or maybe simple back end development, maybe architectural development or DevOps engineering, cloud engineering, networking engineering. So there are a lot of different fields in which a software a development engineer can work or an SDE can be assigned to. So it depends on you and your interests, what project you are interested in or what company you want to work for. So based on that, I would suggest you can carry out your preparation and apply to those companies where you are properly interested in. For example, if you are not interested in say data analyst profiles, then it would be better if you do not apply to companies which come with a data analyst profile. And similarly, if you are interested in data analyst profile, then you might as well think about skipping SD based profiles where the work is going to be more or less development based. So this is completely your choice, but the project that is being assigned to you won't be your choice exactly. That will be decided by the company, and that is what will be assigned to you. So again, the role is quite versatile. So there is no proper answer as to what a proper software engineer works on. And how did I decide upon this career path is basically I started learning about coding in my 11th grade. That was when I typed my first program. Unfortunately, that first program wasn't Hello World, but it was some summation program, A plus B, using two variables. I did not even take any input or anything. That was my first program. So that is where I got fascinated and I got interested as to, wow, this looks quite amazing. Like, okay, I'm actually building a real life calculator instead of using one. So that is where my fascination came into play. And secondly, I was always interested in gaming since my childhood. So I was always fascinated and always had that thought that I would one day want to become a game developer. And that is why I chose to enter the IT field and right now become a software development engineer basically.
How does your current position at Salesforce compare with your job at Visa?
Okay, so Salesforce and Visa both are huge MNCs and both have really amazing work culture. There is no denying that. Both the companies, I mean, there's no comparison based on the work culture of both the companies. The team that I have gotten is really amazing, and the entire work culture of the entire company is also quite amazing. So there's no doubt or there's no comparison based on the work culture. So again, based on the work, like I just mentioned in the previous answer, it depends on what project is assigned to you and what type of work is assigned to you. So Visa being a proper fintech company, most of the projects are related to development of their digital payment gateway. It can either be development, fraud analysis, or data analysis, or detecting fraudulent attacks, networking, etc. Because Visa has a very important role in security. But Salesforce here, since it is a CRM system, the overall work is going to be a little different here, and it is more focused on development work, back end and front end both, rather than security and other networking related things, which was in Visa, which was the case in Visa. So that is a common difference that I can explain. But again, it depends on the team that is being assigned to you. So Salesforce has different Ohanas or different sections, like Einstein, then manufacturing, industries, etc. So whichever Ohana you are a part of, based on that, the work assigned to you will be different, and each project or each team also has different assigned work. I mean, there's no proper answer again to this as to what might be different, but overall, I can give you a gist that Visa mainly focuses on security and networking, since it is a digital payment gateway based company, and Salesforce mainly focuses on development work, front end, back end both, because it is a CRM based company.
How should students prepare for a software engineer internship in Visa?
Yes, so like I had mentioned in my previous answer, Visa conducts two rounds of interviews for an internship. First round is a simple coding DSA based round. I think we had four questions, out of which two were about medium level difficulty and two were a little bit, you can say, medium to hard level difficulty based questions. And whoever solved the maximum number of questions were selected to the next round. And if there was a tiebreaker, they considered the time in which you had solved those many number of questions. So this is a common criteria for nearly all of the companies. And in the interview round, I mean, for me, the interviewer had asked me questions based on my resume, and he had actually asked me one question regarding my first round of first coding round as well, which in my first coding round, one of the question, some test cases had failed. So he actually asked me which test test cases might these be which had failed. So I had to, since I had already solved that question right after the coding round, I knew that I had missed a few edge cases, so I was able to answer that. So basically, most of the companies will basically try to focus on what went wrong, or will try to help you out and maybe get to a solution in a communal manner. So this way they also get to know your teamwork as well as your logical thinking skills. So maybe you might not get that answer right away during your coding round, but during your interview you are supposed to know that, because you don't have time to think as much as you do for your coding round. So for visa we had like two rounds, and in the second round, yeah, apart from the technical questions, I was also asked a few HR related questions, like why do you want to join visa, and where do you see yourself in 5 years. So basic type of HR questions. Always prepare a answer, or always have an answer in mind, so that it'll be easier for you to be confident, and you don't have to always think while answering these questions. Like, you will at least know, okay, this question I know because I want this to happen in my next 5 years. So you know the proper answer, so you don't have to be like, what do I want exactly, so that doesn't look good in an interview. So that is a basic point of preparation for HR related questions. And for technical, yeah, DSA is the most important thing. And for DSA, again, Lead Code, Geeks for Geeks, and the best website for DSA preparation is InterviewBit, no doubt. So that is for preparation for not only visa but any company that arrives on campus.
What is your opinion on startups and what obstacles do you feel one may face trying to start one?
Yeah, so generally what happens is, like, I am highly interested in game development, but it is not always possible to get a job in your exact interested field. Obviously, you can probably pursue MS, then do a PhD in whatever field you are interested in. But if you do not want to study further and you want to continue with your placements itself, or you want to get a job, then there might be a possibility that you might not always get a job of your interest. So that is why there might be cases where you might have a small idea in your mind, that I want to develop this, I want to develop that, or I have actually developed a simple basic prototype. Maybe I can actually sell it off. It might go good in the market. If you have this thought in mind, then I would definitely suggest you to pursue your own goals, pursue your own startup, because that is something because you're doing something that you really really love. You don't have to compromise on anything. And if you're doing something that you love, then you're definitely going to be spending a lot of time on it, and you're going to love your job. So if you're genuinely interested in something, and if you have a small idea in your mind, definitely go ahead with it. But my only suggestion would be, instead of pursuing it alone, always create a team of versatile people who will help you in different sectors. So it can be either, say, for example, if you're interested in tech side, then you can become the CTO. You can get some of your friend who is interested in networking a lot for handling the sales, and somebody who has a good leadership quality to become the CEO. And if you feel you have those qualities, you can obviously club these positions together and get those opportunities in your hand. But obviously you need a team, because this is not something you can start off on your own. Any big company that you will see today is always done by a team and not by a single person. So that is my only suggestion for people pursuing startups.
How's the transition from college to work life and some of the challenges you faced and how did you tackle them?
Yeah. So what happened was, during my internship, I had like a completely different experience, because I was in Bangalore, away from no hostel, no family, and visa had given us 3 months hotel accommodation itself. So I was staying in like a 4-star hotel for 3 months. So that was like a completely different experience. Even going to office every day, chilling in the office cafe, drinking coffee every day, eating a lot of snacks. That all was a lot of fun. So during internship, I thoroughly enjoyed a lot. But right now, due to COVID, our onboarding both at Visa as well as Salesforce was online, work from home basically. So in that case, our laptops were couriered to us, and our orientation and everything was online. So I did not properly get a chance to network with everybody or enjoy that corporate life that we think we would after our job starts. So that was one disappointing factor that I felt that was due to COVID. But the transition from college life to corporate life was waking up properly on time. In college, I did not much care if I miss one or two lectures here and there. But in corporate, I cannot afford missing any meet. I am answerable to my boss. I have to, even if I am home, I have to sit and I have to spend around 7 to 8 hours daily just doing my job. We'll have daily stand-ups where we'll have to give updates. So it's not like, okay, I don't study today, it's fine because tomorrow there's no exam. It's not the case here. I am answerable to each and everything that I do today. I cannot, again, my leaves are limited. In college, if something happens, I can just go home, I can chill. So these were the main changes that I felt as of now. But hopefully when I'll start going to the office would be the real changes that I feel, because I'll again have to get up 1 hour earlier than what I am getting up right now, and so on.
So, how can engineering students use this COVID period for their benefit?
Engineering students, it's really sad that you guys aren't able to enjoy college life, because these 4 years are the most memorable ones in anybody's life. That is one disappointing factor that COVID has left us. But the good thing here is that you are going to get a lot of time to spend on yourself. So I'm not only talking about developing your technical knowledge or anything, but it's going to be time spent on you. Instead of going on Netflix for the entire day, I would suggest you guys to uh, sit at home, practice, do what you love. Probably spend 1 to 2 hours doing some workout or playing some games. Obviously you cannot play outdoor games, but probably some indoor workouts or any physical exercise. And apart from that, try to bring out hobbies in you. Obviously in the last lockdown, many of the people started cooking, baking, then started learning new instruments, etc., etc. I myself learned violin in the last lockdown. So I would suggest, firstly, try to do this because you're still in college and you have time to do. And apart from this, obviously, spend some time on learning different things, trying to because the sea is quite wide and very vast. So you have a lot of opportunities to look through and search through. So this is your perfect time to visit and view all the opportunities. Try to enter all of them, and then finally come to a solution, come to a final conclusion that okay, I love this, and I genuinely want to pursue my career in this particular field only. This way you can actually spend quarantine or lockdown in productivity.
Is there any advice you would like to give for students during recruitments?
During recruitments, so firstly, the most important thing that I am going to tell you is it's going to be really disappointing because there might be cases where all your interviews were really good. You were able to solve all the questions which came in the coding round, but still you were not selected for the next round. This has happened with many students, and they generally tend to get disappointed quite easily and get heartbroken, and they go in an attitude that okay, I don't want placement at all, check it. But don't do like that. These things will happen, life is always unfair. But you it's always good to learn from your mistakes. Try to think of what might have gone wrong, and try to come up with solutions. Practice harder so that next time you don't fall in that category where you have done everything right but still weren't selected or still weren't recruited. So try to give your 100%. Then only the recruiter will feel that okay, you have at least given your 70%. So always put your efforts as 10 on 10, but keep an expectation of only 7 on 10. So always remember this firstly. Secondly, for all these circuit branch students, or not only circuit branch, even non-circuit branch students who are genuinely interested in pursuing a coding job, my first suggestion is to make an account on InterviewBit if you don't already have one. And if you have an account on InterviewBit, you have no option but to finish all of the exercises there that they have. And if you finish them off before your placement season, start all over again. So generally it's saying that if you finish off interview bit twice, then no company is going to I mean, there's not going to be a single company which won't want you for recruitment. So that is the second thing. The third thing is, now all your concepts and everything is clear, but there might be issues with, the way you speak, your communication skills, or maybe your resume might not be impressive. There might be typos in your resume. So get this verified, preferably again from a senior. If senior is busy, preferably from your colleagues. And a group of friends, again colleagues, can actually take mock interviews for each other, technical as well as HR, because these both are equally important. Again, for HR related, yeah, that's my fourth advice that I would give. For HR related questions, there's like a preset given list of questions only that they'll ask. Something like, what are your basic interests, what are your skills, what are your weaknesses, where do you see yourself in 5 years, then why XYZ company. So always research on your company so that you will be able to answer these questions, and always make the answer customizable. So don't keep the same answer for all the companies. Suppose it's Microsoft that's be interviewing you. So if they ask you why are you interested in computer science, then always start your answer with product that Microsoft has. So for example, you could start with Windows. Okay, I loved using Windows, and that was the first operating system I used, and so on. So this way, the interviewer also feels that, okay, you have researched about the company, you genuinely want an internship here, and you are going to give your 100%. So these are my four things that I would suggest, or my tips for the recruitment season.
So, finally, if there's something you could tell the college chitness, what would it be?
Uh, Considering recruitment, again, like I said, don't get disheartened if you aren't recruited. I mean, if you feel that, okay, you should have been selected but are not, don't get disheartened. There are a lot of opportunities, and life does not end on on-campus internships and placements. That is the most important thing that I'm going to suggest. Uh, I myself have gotten an off-campus placement opportunity at Salesforce, which was after about 2 months after I joined Visa. And I was a software engineer at Visa for only 3 months, and after that I switched to Salesforce. So if you are not satisfied with your on-campus placement or internship, always search for off-campus internship or placement. And the best place to do that is LinkedIn. Always search for recruiters who are currently recruiting students for on-campus as well as I mean, for off-campus placements or internships. Always search for our alumni, as in people like me who are ready to give reference to willing students who have genuine interest in pursuing internships or placements. If there are open positions, obviously you can anytime feel free to contact me on LinkedIn, and I'll be genuinely happy to help any of my NITK friends. So similarly, like me, the entire alumni network is always willing to help. Many of our NITK alumni has helped me giving a referral to many companies as well. I was trying, I mean, I have genuinely tried off campus placements quite a lot, and then I got Salesforce. So my suggestion, at least for the recruitment season, is again, do not stop only at on-campus placements. Always search for off-campus opportunities if you are unhappy with your on-campus placement, and don't get disheartened at all. And apart from the recruitment season for students who are in their first year or second year, for you guys, or for students who are actually pursuing MS or PhD, or are planning to go for further studies, for them my basic advice would be to learn and obviously enjoy as well, side by side. So for first and second years, do not get stressed that, okay, I will have to, okay, I had no CS knowledge before joining college, how will I cope up? There's nothing like that.
you can genuinely cope up, and it's very easy to cope up also. Everybody is at the same level. There's nothing like, okay, he is at a higher level than me, he's at a lower level than me. Oh, he got recruited into this club, he got recruited into that club, I did not get recruited in any club, I won't get placed. Nothing like that. It's those all things do not matter at all. What matters is your commitment and your dedication to genuinely work, and your networking skills. So these three factors is what is going to land you way ahead in your own career. So it can be placement wise, or it can be further studies wise, but this is what is going to benefit you in the long run. So always remember this: do not get disheartened at any failure at any point of time.
Thank you, Nihar, for your time. It's been a very enlightening talk with you.
Thank you, Joshita.
And that brings us to the end of our interview. If you found this video helpful, do hit the like button and don't forget to share and subscribe to find out about more opportunities beyond NITK.